Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mappa, and welcome to everybody who's watching this Saturday morning. How are you doing? If you're watching us from home, please let us know where you're watching us from. Please share with your friends, invite, all the parents who are, homeschooling during this lockdown season. So today, as you know, we are talking about homeschooling, and I'm joined by very good foster carers who work with Banya, and we are all talking about homeschooling today. It's going to be exciting. So basically, I'm going to be sharing with you the screen that we're going to be the presentation, so you can see some of the information. Those are that's our information there. Get in touch with us. How to get in touch with us with Banya if you'd like to be a foster carer, or if you just want to find out information about fostering. But today we are talking about homeschooling, and it's going to be really exciting. I'm joined with Cindy and Fevin, who are our foster carers, and we're going to be discussing all about homeschooling. So welcome, Cindy and Fevin, to this presentation.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you guys, we are in this together. We have found ourselves in a lockdown situation. We can't take our kids to school anymore. I've got 6 kids, by the way, 3 girls and 3 boys. And I know you are looking after a lot of children at your houses during this lockdown season. How has it been for you guys?
It's been a lot better than I expected, to be honest. They're all doing their work. It hasn't presented as many challenges as I think one would have expected. I have a little bit of experience of homeschooling with our middle one, and at that time it was much harder. This time, obviously, he has the work sent by the school, but he's also actually having face-to-face tutoring online. And that's really working well because he's accountable all the time. And the younger one is, she is sent the work, and we're sticking to the same timetable as school for her as well. So I think being extremely organized, time frames, break times, lunch times, home times, it's all exactly the same. The lessons are the same. Everything is going as it would at school. Therefore, I think structure and organization is key. And as I say, it's going well. They have a couple of little blips here and there. They try and get away with not doing things, but then we have to have some consequences. So if they mess about and do something they shouldn't be doing, then they lose some of their own time later.
Okay, that's great. And Fevin, share with us a little bit about what you're doing. How have you found this lockdown season, having to do homeschooling?
Yeah, first, thank you for giving me a chance to experience my view. I must say, dealing with children age 17, 18, 17, 15, 12, it's very, very good for me in a way that the key homeschooling is organizing yourself at the moment to have different age group students running it at home. I love it. If you ask me why, because it's very important to engage with the children. That means you are running your own schooling at home. For me, is excellent. The reason being, we get up, we have routine the same time where they go to school, getting up 8 o'clock, having breakfast, get ready from 9:30 to 10:30, doing work, break, and then lunchtime. Having the routine, organizing yourself is the key. For me, working, schooling at home, it work out perfect, 100%. And I'm here to experience my homeschooling with the children. Is the key is to organize and working at the same time on the table, sitting with the children So you supervise them the same time you learn with them. And I left school long time. And I'm not saying I'm a teacher, but I'm doing very well. I'm here to to share my experience with the children at home, because having 4 teenagers running homework time and school time, it wasn't easy, but I'm enjoying it.
Beautiful. So I'm showing there on screen, some, your homeschooling lockdown timetable, which I think is awesome. So 8 a.m. you are doing 8 a.m. to 9:30. You're getting yourself ready. And I heard Cindy, talking about, being organized. So, this is definitely really good. At 9:30 to 11, you've got your English work, and you've got a break time there at 11. So if you're basically following the same routine that they would have at school.
What works for me, Heaven, is the school timetable. We go to bed in time, we get up in time. So when they go back to school, we have the same routine.
Yeah.
We didn't change anything. So it means we are in the house, we have big table, we sit together. It's like school. You go to school in time, 9:30, and then we start the same time. When it's bedtime, we go the same time. So you prepare them the next day, which is you are going to school. It's at home, but we are going to the school the same time. You sit down with them in a way that you supervise them while they're doing their work. And the same time, you learn with them. So to me, the key was to supervise them, sit with them, and work as a team. When we finish our work, we have our golden time, break time. We have lunch time, which is after lunch, we continue our work from 1:30 to 2:30. Once we finish, if they have PE, we can go in the park, do some exercises. We live in the city, not far from, we have a canal, we can walk and take a picture and come back, talk about it. So you make fun for the children, not just doing work. So I'm here to...
It's funny, it's interesting you mentioned that you go to the park for PE. I was going to ask whether you do the PE stuff that they do at school, but anyway. So Cindy, Cindy, you've got a slightly different setup at your house. Can you tell us a little bit about, how you're doing, how you are helping your children to do school at home?
Well, they both, there's 3, but the oldest one is separate. Is 19 and working from a laptop, and doesn't actually have supervision. So they have a separate sort of like dedicated support person from college. But the 2 younger ones, one is almost 15, is in year 10, and the other one is almost 11. She's in year 6, and she's obviously about to go into senior school. She knows that this time is an important time, that she really mustn't miss out on any of her education, and she's being really sensible about it. So I really just pop in, keep my eye on what they're doing, ask for feedback from them, personally. I actually ask them, how is it going? What lessons are you doing? What did you do in your lesson? How are you finding it, etc. Also, I have contact with the teachers. Sometimes it's phone calls, emails, text messages. They actually speak to the children as well. The one who's almost 15 is actually learning, as I said, online with a tutor. So he's actually getting face-to-face contact. Whereas the little one isn't, but she has a chat, so she can chat to the teacher, ask questions, etc. So she's got support from them. If she doesn't understand something, she asks me and says, I don't understand this, then I help her. But I don't sit with either of them. So the way Fevan and I do things is different. Yeah. I think whatever works best, there's, you've got other things that you've got to do. You can't necessarily have every minute to spend with them. And I think maybe a lot of people watching this will say, oh, yes, I have to do it that way, or no, I do it that way, because they're all different.